Hello crafty friends, welcome to another texture paste ideas video. I have here a brickwork texture paste pattern. To create this I took some mixed media paper and scraped some Liquitex light modelling paste through a brick stencil and then left it to dry. It's ever so slightly tinted blue because I did add some Uncharted Mariner to my texture paste. So it's got a little bit of blue in it, so I'm going to start with peacock feathers to work with the colour that's already there, and I'm just going to press my ink pad down on top of the texture paste, and now I'm going to spritz it with a little bit of water to activate that ink and soften it, and now I'm going to dry that with my hairdryer. And now I'm going to do the same thing with a bit of Kitsch Flamingo. As you can see, I have got peacock feathers all over my Kitsch Flamingo. To deal with that, I've got a piece of mixed media paper here. And I can just wipe my ink pad across the paper. And now it's nice and clean. And I've got a pink bit of paper that I can use for something else. This is going to get a little spritz again, and then a dry with the hairdryer. It's not quite dry, but I'm going to leave it to dry on its own now. So there may be a bit more mixing and mingling of colour while it dries. Right, that's all lovely and dry now. I want to add some shimmer and shine though. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of glycerin. You can use embossing ink for this. And I'm going to pick it up with a dry paintbrush and just work it in, and I think I'm going to add it vertically or perpendicularly to the brick design. So just drag that over like that, up and down, really trying not to add too much. And now I've got some, what's it called, Magic Sparkle Luscious Powder from Indigo Blue. I'm going to pick that up, sprinkle it on, and the glycerin should catch it. Now it's a bit breezy in here because I've got the door open and this is going all over me, but hey ho. And I'll use this fan brush, it's just a cheap makeup brush, to spread that over, knock off the excess. And to get that powder to bind properly, I'm going to just mist this from above. This may well activate some of the inks, but that's okay. I'm going to dry it quickly though. That's really shimmery and shiny and shouldn't brush off. Now I'm going to cut that down. So I've got a 2-inch wide strip, and I'm going to chop the top and the bottom off halfway through a row of brick. So the design looks continuous. We've got half a row of bricks there, half a row of bricks there, and all sorts of bricks here. And I've got a 3 by 3 inch square, again with bricks right up to the edges. I've also got this rectangle which is about 3 by 2.5, and this little strip left over. So there's enough there for 4 cards. So I'm thinking these are all going to look really nice with a black border. So I'm going to mount these on black and give them a border probably of about 1/8 of an inch. To create my border I'm using my mini Perfect Layers tool. I always get asked about these. I got them from the Crafty charity shop. There seem to be some places in the world where you can still buy them new, but I also heard that We Are Memory Keepers do something very similar. So hopefully if you want this tool you'll be able to find it. So I've got 4 cards here. I've chosen 4 by 6 inch card blanks for these 2 pieces because I think they work size wise. This one I could have like that, but I'm going to pop it in the middle and the bricks can go in a vertical orientation. This one I'll pop over to the side like that. This one's going to go on a 5 by 7 inch card blank. And this one is going to go in the middle of a 5 3/4 square card. So they're all glued on now. And for my embellishments, I'm thinking these leaves, Distressed Holy Grungy leaves. This was a recent purchase from Amazon, that's where I got them. So I think I will go copper, maybe rose gold. I think this copper will go well because it's complementary to the bluey colours that are on there. So I'm going to cut my leaves. So let's start with a 5x7 card. I'm going to put some glue just around the centre of this leaf. And I'm going to place it on this intersection of the rule of thirds grid. On this square card, I'm going to place the leaf on this line here in the middle. With this card, I put the strip on this line here. And I'm just going to have the leaves cascading downwards. And I'll put dots of glue on all the largish areas. If you wanted a bit more solidity to the leaves, you could add some vellum behind them. Seems like these leaves want to curl up. So I'm going to put some non-stick paper. This is leftover sticker release paper, and now put a heavy object on them. I'll pop this one off to the left, sitting on this line here. It curves around really nicely, leaving space for a sentiment. For my sentiment, I've chosen these cutout dies, and I've cut them from smooth white card. I used my electronic die cutting machine because it applies a bit more pressure than my hand cranky machines, and these dies are a bit fiddly. The holes in them are so small that it really does take quite a lot of pressure to cut the letters out. And as these dies have got little holes in them, I'm going to back them, and I'm going to back them with black to tie them into the border. I've used my glue dotter to add high-tack white glue to the back, and I'll place that on there and trim it out in a tip. Right, one of my sentiments has disappeared, so I'm going to have to find that in a bit. So we've got 3. Yes, stuck to my sleeve. Where else would it be? So for the large card, I've got a just because. I could put it here on top of my leaf. I could put it over here, rather like that. It could go up here or over here, but I'm thinking here, or maybe even in the middle there. That works, but I'm going to put a bit of card under this end. Actually, I'm going to put a bit of foam because there's a lot of dimension with the texture paste, and that just about keeps it nice and level. So happy with that one. So with a proud of you, we could pop it up there, down there maybe, slap bang in the middle. I rather like that. Here for you, it could go down here, could go in the middle again, but I'm thinking on that intersection. And this one could keep everything in line, but I'm thinking middle again. Or should we do it down the middle bottom? Could go there, couldn't it? Yeah. But no, I think it looks better off to the side a bit because it overlaps better. Now this one got a bit mucky because it was stuck to my sleeve. I might have to cut another one and stick it on top. So let's look at finishing touches. I think that's fine as it is. I think anything else on there will make it too busy. So I'm going to call that one done. Clean and simple-ish. This one, I think we can add something in the form of Nouveau glitter drops. These are white blizzard drops. They will dry clear, but they've got an iridescent glitter in them, which works with the luscious powder that I sprinkled over earlier. It's just a little bit of extra texture, and we're emphasising that diagonal. So that's card number 2 finished. Again, I think we can emphasise the diagonal with Nouveau drops, but I'm going to use white ones this time. They won't stay white, they'll absorb some of that colour. Just a nice little sprinkle, something extra. And that's card number 3 finished. I'm wondering on this one about adding some copper penny Nouveau drops to go with the rose gold. I must look and see if Nouveau do a rose gold drop. I'm sure they must, I just haven't got round to looking yet. So I'm going to add those all the way up. And there you have card number 4. Thanks for stopping by today. I really hope you've enjoyed the video and it's given you a couple of ideas that you can use in your own mixed media card making. If it has, do let me know in the comments. If you'd like to see more from me, subscribe and ring the notification bell, and I'll see you back here very soon for another video. Bye for now.